What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Stand Tall. It is August 22nd, and for those of you who are into this sort of thing know, it's the last day for Leo until Virgo takes over. So we're going to go to chapter 11 in the Art of War, which is the 9 situations. So 7, 8, 9, 9, 11, 9, 11. All the answers. It was all planted. Okay, I'm just kidding. All jokes aside. Let's see what Sun Tzu has in store for us. Okay, Sun Tzu said the art of war recognizes 9 varieties of ground. We've got dispersive ground, chill ground, contentious ground, open ground, ground of intersecting highways, serious ground, difficult ground, hemmed in ground, and desperate ground. Let's just reflect on those a little bit. Looks like that's what we'll be covering over the next couple of weeks. And remember, the 9 grounds, the 9 situations. See, the alternative text says 9 grounds. This one says the 9 situations. So the 9 different, situations, I guess. So let's just build a foundation with the first verse coming out of this one as well. According to the rule for military operations, there are 9 kinds of ground, where local interests fight among themselves on their own territory. This is called a ground of dissolution. Okay, so it sounds like they are going to go through and do one at a time, and it looks like everyone's reflecting on like light ground, contention, trafficked ground, intersecting ground, heavy ground, bad ground, surrounded ground, dying ground. And it looks like they kind of go over those over the next couple of pages. So maybe we'll choose one per day. Maybe not. Maybe tomorrow we might breeze through a little bit more than usual. But I think on that note, aptly titled, is August 22nd's reflection, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, out of the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. You guys pick up a copy of it. It's totally worth it. Definitely worth it. Please get you a copy. We start out with a reflection of Marcus Aurelius from Meditations. It is essential for you to remember that the attention you give to any action should be in due proportion to its worth, for then you won't tire and give up. I like this so far. If you aren't busying yourself with lesser things beyond what should be allowed. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 4.32b. Okay, don't celebrate every touchdown. Don't celebrate every first down like a touchdown. What I mean by that for non-sports people, don't. He says it here. Due proportion to its worth. So while the small victories are important and they do need to be amplified in order for that manipulative cortisol spike that we all want and dream of, that dopamine spike or whatever. But um, you know the big wins should be good too, and don't underplay the big wins either. I think that's another thing a lot of us deal with is we have these massive wins and these massive successes, and then we feel a little bit of guilt for being successful, and that shouldn't be the case, especially if you're a Stoic, because it's not being successful, it's just being a Stoic, and it's just doing the right thing and serving society. All right. In 1997, a psychotherapist named Richard Carlson published a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. It quickly became one of the fastest selling books of all time and spent years on the bestseller list, ultimately selling millions of copies in many languages. Whether you read the book or not, Carlson's pithy articulation of this timeless idea is worth remembering. Even Cornelius Fronto, Marcus Aurelius' rhetoric teacher, would have thought it a superior way of expressing the wisdom his student attempted in the quote above. They both said the same thing. Don't spend your time, the most valuable and least renewable of all your resources, on the things that don't matter. What about the things that don't matter but you're absolutely obligated to do? Well, spend a little less time and worry on them as possible. If you give things more time and energy than they deserve, they're no longer lesser things. You've made them important by the life you've spent on them. And sadly, you've made the important things your family, your health, your true commitments, less so as a result of what you've stolen from them. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's one of those things that just, number one, it comes with age. And so it's good for young people to realize, time is a precious thing to have. And it is true, the older you get, the more you become aware of, your mortality and the less time you have on this earth. And it's just, it gets you in those deep thought processes. And And then that's why it's always important to remember that this is small potatoes kind of stuff. Don't sweat it. It's important to, live and let go, because holding on to some of that stuff it just doesn't get you anywhere, and nobody else cares. So, but yeah, man, yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like and subscribe button. Leave your comments, leave your reflections on what you thought, and we'll move to August 23rd tomorrow. I'm excited. See you then.